Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day so far. So again, today we are going to be in our workbooks, these purple and white math workbooks. So if you want to go and grab yours, please do so, and let's get started. Alright, so number 1, Mrs. Bradshaw measures the heights of her two sons, Ray and Ed. She is surprised to see that Ray has grown 7/8 inch and Ed has grown 5/8 inch in 3 months. So which number sentence correctly compares how much the boys have grown? So just by looking at this, I know how much Ray has grown. They've told us that. So Ray grew 7/8 of an inch and Ed grew 5/8 of an inch. So I'm going to write that beside their names, 7/8, and Ed grew 5/8. So now I need to compare these fractions. So there is a couple ways for me to do this. One way is I can come over to the side just so I have room to show you, and we can cross multiply. We have 7/8 and 5/8. And we could cross multiply. Okay, 8 times 5 is 40, and 7 times 8. What is 7 times 8? Well, 7 times 8 is going to give us 56. So I know that 56 is going to be greater than 40. So I could say 7/8 is greater than 5/8. There's also another way for me to solve this. I could draw a model, could draw a picture. I'm going to use a circle, and I'm going to take and draw 2 of them. And I'm going to divide my circles into 8s. Doing my best to keep my sections or my pieces even. Okay, so I'm going to make this top one Ray. I'm going to make this bottom one Ed. Okay, so we know that Ray grew 7/8 inches, so I need to color in 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I know that I know that Ed grew only 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here we have Ed, and here we have Ray. So looking at these shaded pieces, I can see that Ray has more shaded, so he's going to be greater than. So now I need to come over and I need to look at my options. Well, okay, letter A says 7/8 is less than 5/8. Well, over here, I saw that 7/8 was greater, so that's not going to be correct. Looking at letter B, they have 7/8 is equal to 5/8. Well, I know that's not true. And over here, they have 5/8 is greater than 7/8. Well, looking at this 5/8 model, that's not greater than. And looking at letter D, 5/8 is less than 7/8. Okay, or just to double check yourself, you could flip that around to say 7/8 is greater than 5/8. Does that match what we have over here with our cross multiplying and our model? Yes, it does. So I know that my correct answer is letter D. Letter D. 5/8 is less than 7/8. So now let's look at number 2. Mrs. Jefferson uses 2/4 cup brown sugar when she makes chocolate chips. She uses 3/4 cup brown sugar when she makes snickerdoodles. the model shows that. Okay, so we have these two models, and we know that the 2/4 is going to be brown sugar, and we know when she makes chocolate chip cookies, and she uses 3/4 brown sugar when she makes snickerdoodles. So I want to find a comparison with my models. So this one is at 2/4, and this is at 3/4. So now I have to finish filling this in. So I need to compare these two fractions. Well, again, I could come over here and I could cross multiply. I could take 2/4, 3/4, and let's cross multiply. 4 times 3 is 12, and 2 times 4 is 8. Well, 8 is less than 12, so I know that 2/4 is less than 3/4. And we could use our measuring cup models to see, or if you needed to see it represented a different way, you could use a diagram. I'm going to use a square this time. And so I'm going to divide it into fourths. Okay, and so I know that one of these needs to be shaded for 2/4, so I'm going to make that this top one. Shade it in for 2/4, and I need 3/4 for the other model. Alright, okay, so again, going back to this model over here, 2/4 is less than 3/4, which is what my picture shows as well, and it's also what our measuring cups show. So letter A, 3/4 is equal to 2/4. Well, that's not correct. Alright, let's look at letter B. 2/4 is greater than 3/4. Well, looking at my pictures, I can see that's not true, so I can cross that one out. And letter C, 3/4 is greater than 2/4. Well, I think that's correct, because if I flipped my cross multiplication around, I could have 3/4 is greater than 2/4. So I think this one might be correct. Or I have 3/4 is less than 2/4. Well, I have 3/4, so I know that one's not correct. So I know my correct answer is going to be letter C. 3/4 is greater than 2/4. All right, and let's do number 3 together. So Russell compares fractions using the symbols greater than, less than, or equal to. All of his statements are correct except one. Which statement is not true? Okay, so for this one, I have to work carefully. So, I am looking at all my 4 options, and I see letter B and letter C have the same denominator. So I know that if they have the same denominator, I can look at my numerators to help me compare. Well, 3 is greater than 2, so 3/4 is greater than 2/4, and that's also the fraction we used in number 2. So I could go back and look at my models. So I know this one is correct. Alright, and so let's look at letter C. I see both denominators are 6, awesome. So I can look at my numerators. Well, I know 2 is greater than 1, but if you also needed to see that, you could draw a model. And this one's going to be kind of small, just because I don't have a lot of room. But we could take and divide it up into 6. And we could shade. And let's do 2, 6. Alright. 2, 6 and 1, 6. So I see that 2, 6 is actually greater than 1, 6, so that one is correct. So now let's look at letter A. I have different denominators, okay? So I'm going to have to use a strategy to be able to solve letter A. So I'm going to scoot down and come down towards the bottom so I have a little bit more room. So I'm going to take 3/8 and they say it's equivalent to 3/4. So we've got to see if this is correct or not. Well, one strategy is I could draw a picture. So I'm going to scoot down a little bit so you can see. All right, and let's do that. All right, so I'm going to divide this left circle up into 8s. And I'm going to divide this right circle up into 4ths. And then I'm going to shade. So I need to shade 3/8 over here. Need to do my shading. Okay. 3/8 has been shaded. Now over here I need to shade 3/4. Take and shade in my 3/4. Alright, well, just looking at this model, I think 3/4 is actually going to be greater than, but let me just try to divide up these 8s into 4ths just to make sure. So I could come and visualize across like this, and I could see that this would be only 1/4 shaded. Now what if I were to visualize 8ths in my 4ths? I come here, come here. Well, I could see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 8ths would be shaded. So meaning this is not, this is not true. So our true statement would be that 3/8 is less than 3/4. Another way you could check this is you could cross multiply. You could take 3/8 and 3/4, and then you could use the cross multiply or the butterfly method to check. So 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 is less than 24. So I know this one is not true. So for not true, I'm going to put NT, not true. All right, and let's check letter D. So they're saying that 1/3 is less than 1/2. So again, we could check this. We could draw a model. And I'm going to draw a circle. And on this left side, I'm going to divide it into 1/3. And on the right side, I'm going to divide it in half. I'm just doing my best to actually divide it in half. Okay, 1/3. So I know I need to shade 1/3. And over here, I know I need to shade 1/2. So if I wanted to help myself visualize with my red, I'm going to cut this 1/3 in half. And I'm going to take this 1/2 and I'm going to cut it into thirds and just see. So I can see, looking at this 1/3, this section over here is not shaded to give me a half. So this statement is correct. You could check that by taking 1/3, 1/2, and cross multiplying to give you 3, to give you 2, and 2 is less than 3. So this one is correct. So I wanted this statement, what is not true. So my statement that's going to be not true is this letter A. Okay, again, with these, you always want to double check. You want to check all 4 answers, or however many answer choices they gave you, because that you don't want to fall for their tricks. Okay, so today you're going to finish up doing this page 123, And then you're going to also do page 124. And don't forget to send a picture to your teacher when you're done. Have a great rest of your day.